everybody, my name is Eric Wilkinson with ProTraderStrategies.com and WolfmanOptions.com. Yes, I may be known as Wolfman in certain circles. I'm here to teach you guys some different strategies that you can implement into your portfolios, but please do that in your own way. Also remember, past performance of any trading system or methodology is not necessarily indicative of future results. All right, having that out of the way, we usually get started off with some economic data. Really just not a whole lot to talk about across the pond or here in the United States. There is an ECB news conference, which is the Bank of England, basically. I haven't heard anything out of that, but one thing we did get here in the United States was the natural gas storages coming in at 190 billion cubic feet, and it was expected to be 110 billion cubic feet, so higher than expected, should drive prices down a little bit. Anyway, on to the overall markets. We've seen crude oil see some weakness. Yesterday, we actually saw crude oil come down and test that $50 a barrel area that I've been talking about. It came down and came about 30 cents shy of the value area low that we've been talking so much about right here in and around this area. So we came down, tested that. The low, I think, was 50, 60 something. So 50.37 started acting as support here. Also, we've got the point of control lined up right here where the most volume's been spent. That's where price is being accepted. We could see the market really settle down around this area, mid to lower 50s, I should say. That being said, looks like 50 is going to hold. Those guys are going to defend. Everybody who is bullish crude oil is going to defend this area right here, which is lining up with that $50 a barrel area. So we see support happening across the line right there, defending. They always try to defend that $50 a barrel area. It's a psychological level, and now because of that, it's really built in a volume node around that area. All right, gold moving higher by about $10 today. Equity is really kind of a mixed bag across the board. It depends on what minute or what chart you're looking at to see if they're in positive or in negative territory. Bonds starting to move higher by a little better than half of a point here today. Again, I don't see interest rates lowering, but the market is trying to bully the Fed in a sense. All right, VIX, we don't usually talk about charts in the VIX, but look at this little mark right there. We get a confirmation tomorrow to the upside in the VIX, something like that. It's going to look like volatility's here for a little while. And not going to be coming out, even if we kind of settle down almost at some point. All right, Dow Jones Industrial Average up about 60 points. Again, I am bullish in equities. I don't think the economy is that bad at this point. Yesterday in the Nasdaq, we got above that Fibonacci, the 50 Fibonacci right here that lines up with, we've been talking about 72.30. 72.30 right here is going to be the magnet. That the support and resistance area, because we've got two Fibonacci's lined up with that, but we've got this magnet, is what I wanted to say, just above here. So since we've settled above that level, that's going to act as support now that we're above that. And I think that the market is pricing that in and was going to want to trade up to 39, let's just call it 7,400 right here. I think 7,400 is the next stop for the equities. We're going to rally up and test that because it's going to hit that point of control as well. But 7,400 is where I would be looking for the Nasdaq to go to. Now the E-mini S&Ps, on the other hand, are in positive territory, having trouble getting above their 38 Fibonacci, which lines up with 28.33 right there. We're trading just below that by about a buck and a half. I think that we're going to see this resistance area, this overhead resistance hold. Market's going to settle down again at the point of control. We've been talking about this for days now, and we're seeing that start to come to fruition where the market's settling down in and around the point of control, and we're seeing some volatility come out of these markets. So hopefully you've taken advantage of opportunity to sell premium here. All right, again, this is the E-mini S&Ps on a 30-minute chart here. Gray area, grayed in is overnight session. The day session is the blackish area. So you can see overnight inventory, bit of a mixed bag. They got long and flushed themselves out. So not a whole lot for the day session to really try and print other than the highs and the lows during the day session. You can see we got pretty much the lows printed in there. Now they're looking to print those highs, I think. But I don't think that even the S&Ps are going to be able to really sustain much of a move here to the upside with that overhead resistance area. I think we'll probably settle below that. And I haven't added any strategies. We're just working on today's webinar, and it is on the broken wing butterfly. All right, so that is a good webinar because it is great for bullish directional assumption. I'm going to talk about the rules that you need to have in the environment around whatever underlying you have for this bullish move in this webinar. So check it out at Pro Trader Strategies. Also, follow us on Facebook. Give us a thumbs up or a like. Follow our Facebook page, because then you can get access to all of these great webinars and or market commentaries that we're throwing out there for you. All right, that's all I got for you. It's a short one today, so you can thank me later. If you can't take that, take it easy.